You don't want to be a business operator. You want to be a business owner. Okay? Not an operator, owner. Even though you will start as a business operator, if you don't have money, like most of us started, right? You will have to be everything, like Jamie Kern Lima, she was everything, right? But then eventually you want to move on from there and be the business owner. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then he shared two things that control business. Two things, all right? There's only two things that control all the business, all kind of business. One is innovation. Two is marketing. Innovation and marketing. And one thing that I wanted to share with you, like the innovation, it doesn't mean that you have to innovate and create something new that was not existing before. Sometimes all it means is that you just have to come up with a better way of delivery. Sometimes you just have to make things more fun for people. Sometimes you have to make things simpler for people. Sometimes you just have to repackage something and make it look more appealing, right? It doesn't have to be a brand new, completely new idea. Innovation is pivoting. Innovation is just finding different ways for the same thing, better ways for the same thing. Innovation is making other people's life easier. All right? So just have to remember that that's what innovation really means. And then marketing is the other side of this. Once you come up with something unique, when you come up with your unique solution for something, you have to tell the whole world, well, not the whole world, but you have to tell all of the people who are in your niche, right? All of the people that you will niche down, that will love it, right? That will just can't live without it. All right? That's it. That's what business is all about. So he also mentioned that margin is everything, right? So if you don't have enough of it, you have no room for mistakes, right? That's why a lot of people are so depressed right now. A lot of people are stressed out because they have little margin, they have a lot of costs, right, to keep the stocks or some stuff, right? And if they make a mistake, no business, right? So this is why the knowledge business is so amazing. Why? I tell you. Because knowledge business gives you 100% margin. Yes! Yes! All the margin is yours, so you can make all the mistakes you want and you're not gonna pay for it. Haha! Amazing, right? So that's a few tips from Tony. And then I wanted to share with you, for this video at least, this one thing. All right. So Tony is always saying that you have to, in order to succeed in whatever business, in order to succeed, you need four things, right? First, you need to decide, right? Make a decision. And I already shared how to do it properly. How do you make decision? Plan, schedule, visualize, right? Make a decision. Then the second thing is stay consistent in it, right? Then the third thing is overcome obstacles, resolve, right? And then the final thing is you have to come and perform in a peak state in order to do this over a longer period of time. So how do you put yourself in a peak state? So Tony Robbins have something that he calls 5 to thrive. 5 to thrive, right? This is how it looks like. So you can, you see this? 5 to thrive. You can stop the video and write it down somewhere if you want to. This is 5 to thrive, all right? So what it does is this. He says that there are three forces that are affecting your state, right? Three forces. Force number one, focus. Where the focus goes, the energy, you know the answer, right? That's the one thing. The second thing is the language, okay? The language. So it's the language that you're using, right? Is very, very important. Not only the language that you're using for yourself, but also the words that you're hearing. So all it means is that you are associating the meaning of the words, right? And it's going to be very individual for every single one of you, right? So if I tell you, all right, well, you look good in blue, but I guess it's just be better a little bit in red, right? And then one person will hear from what I just said, will say, is he saying that I'm not really looking good in blue? Right? That's going to be the meaning. You're going to associate with it. And the next person will say, is he saying that red is my color? Right? So it's up to you. It's going to be very individual what meaning you will associate with the language, right? But when you're using your language, right, use the empowering language and not the language that was pulling you down, right? So when you're constantly telling yourself every single day, I don't know if I can do it. Oh, this is so difficult. I don't know what's gonna happen. What if? And you're putting yourself in this state of mind of the fear, right? Because of the words that you're using. But if you wake up every morning and you prime yourself, I can do it. I can do it. I know what to do. I know what I want. I know the treasure is out there. I know I can find it. I know it's going to be worth it. If you do that every day and you actually speak the words, it will put you in the peak state, right? And then finally the third thing, actually I think he started from the one that I'm finishing with. So that's the physical body, right? So he has these moves, right? He says that's the Harvard study, by the way, guys. Harvard study says that if you stand like a Superman for 2 minutes every single day, it will change your state. Just that's simple as that. Just stand like this, chest forward, and stand like this for 2 minutes, right? Enjoy yourself for a moment, right? And you can say, I can change the world. I can help the world. I can share my superpowers with the world. And you just do that for 2 minutes with this position, it will already change your state. But obviously, Tony's saying, don't just stop with that. Go and move your body, right? This is what I'm all about. I'm all about movement. I'm a mover, right? I'm a capoeira coach, right? I'm doing martial arts with children, right? And I think this is crucial. The move is crucial. The moment if you implement the move in the process of learning, oh my God, this is so much different than children sitting at the tables, right? So move. All different kind of movements, no matter what. But cross-body movements will be the best, right? Because they also proven strategy by doctors, PhD guys, not my stuff, right? If you do these cross-body movements, right, when you're applying the left part of your body and the right part of your body simultaneously, it builds new brain connections between the left and right hemisphere. It's true, proven. Go and Google it if you don't believe me, right? So these are the three forces that are affecting your state. And if you will pay attention to these three things, right, you can change your state like that, right? So this is three things, right? And then I said there's 5 to thrive and not 3 to thrive. There are 3 forces, but in order for you to master these 3 forces, right, you need 2 things. Think number 1 is your story. You have to flip your story. Your story needs to be the empowering story and not the story of a loser. Right? Not the story of a person who had a hard life, who had all these different things that didn't go your way, and you're like, well, they had it better, I don't have it. Look at Nick Santonastasso, right? Nick Santonastasso. He was freaking born without legs and with one arm, and he made it. I'm not going to talk about anything else. Just look at this guy. If he can make it, born like that, couldn't even put the shirt on his body, man, no excuses. I was born in Poland in a small town and my parents got divorced and I got ADD and dysorthography and I got divorced, right? And my daughters don't really appreciate me too much at this point, even though I wanted to avoid the mistakes of my father. All these things no matter, because that led me here, and I know who I need to be. I know who I need to become to overcome all these things, right? My life happened to me. No, my life happened for me, not to me. Happened for me, right? Because of all these things, I got to this program. I started to do all these things that I'm doing right now. Maybe if one of these things didn't happen, I would just take an easy way out and be whatever else, right? And now I get to be with the love of my life that I met in Malaysia, across on the other side of the continent, right? Of the globe, I mean, right? So amazing, yeah? Like who would believe that this is gonna happen, right? But it happened. It happened because of all the obstacles that I had to overcome, right? And all the decisions that I made, right? So this is the story. You can always flip your story. No matter how bad your story is, you can always flip it, right? And if you have a trouble with your story, let me help you, because I am a story guy at the end of the day, right? I'm a kindergarten teacher who are telling stories for a living for 15 years, right? And empowering students to, to learn and be the lifelong learners, right? And I do that right now for other people as well, right? So I can help with that. If you have some trouble, let me know. Hit me some comments below. I'm good to help, right? And the last thing, right, from thrive to five to thrive is the vision of compelling future. All right, you will be able to force yourself to anything, to do anything, to cross the mountain, cross the seas, fly through the oceans, whatever is required, if you have the vision of the future, if you know where you're going, right? But not just like, oh, I want to go. You really have to visualize this future, how this new life is going to look like, how many lives you're going to impact, how much more you're going to matter, how much love you're going to receive and give, right? And how many things you will experience in your life. List it down, put it on your wall, or take pictures of all the places that you ever wanted to visit if you're like me, the traveler, right? And put pictures on your walls of the places that you will visit if you will just follow this path, right? That's what it takes. Story, who you are, your strong identity, and the vision, who you will be when you will just go through this process. And then this process will become a must. It's going to be a must. There's no thing that will stop you, because you already know that you are able to do it and you know what you want. And that, my friends, was Tony Robbins. Yes, Tony Robbins. Bravo.